Alright. What's up, Wesley? So we got some patch notes. Kind of exciting ones, actually. This is all bug fixing. Do we know any of these? I don't see anything yet. Exit the rock. Oh no, they fixed a fun bug. Fixed that you could exit the rocket when landing on space platforms. I liked that bug. I bet someone will make a mod that allows you to exit platforms when you're on them, because it's fun to kind of fly around in space. It doesn't really have a gameplay reason though, so I understand why they patched it, but it was fun. Let's see. Nothing else. Okay, so the main changes here. Assembler's circuit allows to choose if items in crafting should be included by read contents. That's not exactly clear to me. Items in crafting, like, as in, like, while the assembler is processing the recipe, it would still be sending that signal. That's how I'm reading that. Which would mean good things, because if you have that checked, then you would not insert more items until it's done with the recipe, rather than as soon as it starts processing the recipe. So, and you would have use cases for both, so it's a great option. What's up, Heat Zor? Funny thing happened. You watching VOD fell asleep. So I was your alarm this morning? Ah, good morning, good morning, good morning. Jelly is no longer mined from slip stack trees. I have no idea what those are, but that's, I guess, a nice change. That's fine. Night vision is less orange. We can try night vision again. Moved the inequality option into the comparison dropdown. Eh? Is that gonna do good things? We'll see. Oh, I see what you're saying. You fell asleep and your phone wasn't plugged in, and so it killed your phone, and then that meant your alarm didn't go off. Yikes, that's scary. I hope you didn't miss anything important. Infinity chests don't really matter for me. That's an editor thing. That's more just a quality of life for people who are messing with the editor. Which, to be fair, I do like using the editor to make blueprints sometimes. Removed... Though, is that true? No, I've always been someone that's struggled using the editor to make blueprints. I tend to just make blueprints on site, you know? I don't know. Maybe I should get better at using the editor, because it certainly makes blueprints easier to finagle with. I don't understand what this is. Select previous technology control, which didn't work. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but whatever. What's up, Dave? What's up, Alor? All right, so then the question is now kind of, what does that setting do? So if we hook it up to a wire, now, yeah. So you can read the contents, and you can either, so if this is crafting one rocket launcher, we can determine if we want to be including the 555 into the signal, like that, or not including it. That's actually really cool. I think previously it was defaulted to off, if I'm remembering correctly. All right. I have no memory of this place. Can the in-craft items spoil? No. No, in-craft items are locked. Well, I know that they can't spoil, otherwise that would create all sorts of issues if they could spoil partway through the craft. But I guess that does raise the question of what happens if you cancel the craft, because doesn't that return the items? I presume it just returns them at the spoilage level they were at when it started. But that could then mean crafting and then stopping a craft could be a way to freeze items. I'm actually curious now. Is there a way we can test this? So that was weird. I clicked on that the first time. I must have clicked it. Either I didn't click, my mouse didn't register the click, or I clicked it on the exact same tick I closed my inventory. I think I might have just fat fingered it, but that was weird. Anyway, let's see. What can we make real quick? Let me request some spoilage. And we can test this. Can you make something out of just nutrients? No. Yeah, we can make fish. But I would need 100 nutrients for that. That's kind of a pain in the butt. There's nothing else I can really test this with. I guess I have bioflux. What can I craft with bioflux? I can craft sulfur. We could try that recipe. I do have biter eggs. That's a good point. I could use some of those to make something. Well, I mean, we could just actually wait. No, yeah, that's a good point. We already have spoilable things being thrown into recipes right here. So we could just test this real quick. The problem is we have... Actually, no, there is a different problem. What is going on here? Oh, right. We never got biter eggs fired back up. All right, we'll fix that. Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our Factorio Space Age playthrough. We are continuing to progress towards victory. What did we do in our last episode? I think we got fusion researched and railguns researched, and now we're working towards that. I have a couple more things to finish researching. Like a captive biter spawner, foundations, and a portable fusion reactor. And then at that point, we are then done. That's it. These are the last 3 researches of the tech tree that are not infinite researches. Wow, that feels crazy. And I'll start with a couple of those. Research, just make everything cheaper. Okay, so then we noticed that this was broken, which led us to the whole Gleba discovery. So now this is not automatically shooting. Interesting. Do I have to set... Why are these possible choices for target priorities? What on earth? And why are construction robots a choice, but not logistics robots? Yeah, I mean, I could see it being a PvP thing, but it feels very weird that logistics are missing. That was the main thing I noticed, other than the fact that they are a choice. Anyway, we need biter spawners and that. Will that make it work? Am I doing something wrong? It's got the ammo. It's definitely got like this one in range. And it's not shooting. Something feels amiss. Do I have to hit K? I assume, yeah, Aloy, I wonder if it's that. I assumed it would be smart enough to capture robots automatically. So if I hit K, that doesn't do anything. Is that because I rebound it and it's telling me the wrong key? No, K is my rebound key. Yeah, there might not be an exception where I was hoping there was an exception. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe that button would remove the tag of previously captured and it would go back to being a normal and then this would shoot it. But that doesn't seem to... But I swear I was seeing people post about being able to recapture bases immediately if there were issues. I swear that was a thing. So how do you do it if not this? How do you unprotect a nest from automatic shooting? You can fire turrets manually. So you think I have to use a Spidertron? Is that what you're saying? I feel like there should be a way to do this without Spidertrons. Oh well, I'll just run over there. We're back on Navis at this point. I haven't made any Spidertrons yet. What do they actually cost? Would it be difficult for me to make one? No, not at all. I can easily make one. But at this point, I'm gonna be faster to get there. I still have no idea why Gleba broke after 20 hours. That is the mystery, but I have this gut feeling it had to do with running out of spoilage, but it might not have, and I might not have fixed it. Everything's still running. We definitely improved a few things. Like, it could have been a bioflux issue, like I wasn't making bioflux fast enough, so we've improved productivity of bioflux, Yumako mash, and jelly, which will improve our capability to make bioflux and improve the amount of fuel that we're creating over here, right? In fact, we might have too much. No, I guess this one's still... Oh, you know, I just realized there needs to be one here, with the priority to the left. But anyway, I think that means we have even less power issues. So I think we're fine, but I don't know. I'm still a little scared. After it goes wrong once, you know, once burned, twice shy, they say. Okay, so you're telling me I gotta do this on purpose. I just hit space once and it fired 3 for that last shot. That was weird. I guess, is the fire rate like really high? I don't know. That was weird. I guess the shooting rate is 4 rockets a second. Okay, so we're finally back to egg making. Oh, Aloy, that's for sure true, but I'm already making rocket fuel out of it with a priority. So that's why, again, I don't think power was the issue at all. And we looked at the power graph and that seemed to confirm I was correct. In the sense that the, what's the word I'm looking for? The power didn't go out until multiple hours after the nutrients stopped being crafted. So that heavily implies power was not an issue at all. And I'm just gonna kind of make a better bot highway here. It will slightly improve the latency at which we get eggs delivered. Because now there's more charging along their route. But really the biggest upgrade would be another speed, which is 16,000 packs. That's starting to get expensive even for my improved module setup and Biter Lab setup. That's still a lot. Because I still have, like, not that many packs being produced. I haven't improved, you know, red and green and yellow and purple and all that. We still have a maximum here of 1 per second, it looks like, or 1.2 per second. So, yeah, there's a lot. If I keep, my back is killing me. Sorry, guys. If I keep going with this base, there's a lot that we would need to improve. All right. I have all the wrong windows open here. Okay, so goal number 1 is fusion power. So let's head over to Aquilo. Have I made the biolabs yet? Yes. I have biolabs. I have epic prod 3 modules in them, so they're pretty dang productive. All right, so what I'm wanting now is to make, well, I guess for fusion we need to make the circuity doodads. Circuity doodads, circuity day. All right. Am I forgetting anything? Probably. Pedia, fusion, reactor. No, I have tungsten and superconductors. And quantum processors need the things that I already have, so we should be good to go. So you head over to Aquilo. And then let's work on some circuit processing. So I don't love what I've done with the place, do I? So what? Oh, I disconnected some heat pipes there, I guess. Where should I make the circuits? Where are they? Probably somewhere in here. There we go. So I need blue chips, carbide, superconductors, carbon fiber. All of that is coming from space. So blue chips in space could be a thing that I do eventually. I mean, you need these from other planets no matter how you bake it. So, or do you? I just realized these don't need to be made on planet. Neither do these, but they need a biochamber, and neither do these. So you do, I mean, it's easier though than transporting the ore, so you might as well make them on planet. And it's the same thing here. It's easier to move superconductors rather than holmium plates. So, although with stack size being 200, but it's 2 per holmium, I think 100 holmium is actually more dense than 200 superconductors. Especially with productivity, right? Because that's going to be an extra 100% productivity. So exporting the holmium plates and then making superconductors on site is a denser, more effective solution. But then you also need copper, plastic, and oil, which, you know, makes it kind of a pain in the butt to do it that way. But if your whole goal was reducing planetary shipping, interplanetary shipping, holmium is better. Interesting. On that note, what about, is holmium ore better than holmium plates? Because that's going to give you 50 per stack. Stack size rocket capacity is exactly double for both. And let's see, 2 ore gets you enough for 100 solution, which gets you enough for 5 plates. Am I reading that right? Two ore gets you 100 solution. And then there's productivity factored into that, right? So there's like, you get a lot of, let's just call it 150 solution, because you can easily get 50% prod. And then 150 solution is 7.5 plates. So yeah, actually, holmium ore is the densest way to get superconductors somewhere. That's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that that's true. Normally, the more you process a thing, the denser it gets. Now, that is a good point, Aloy. I mean, none of this really matters when it comes to rockets are basically free. You know, you can put 1,000 superconductors onto a ship for what is close to 0 cost. So it kind of doesn't matter, but discounting the weight of every other ingredient. Yeah, mostly because you can make these in space or on other planets. In most cases. Obviously, Aquilo is a bit of an exception, but like if your goal was to transport the fewest things to Aquilo, you would transport holmium ore and then make the plates here rather than transport the plates here. That's all irrelevant because I'm not doing it that way. That's crazy. Despite it being more efficient, that's crazy. That's not the kind of efficiency I care about. Imagine setting up more stuff on Aquilo than you have to. Imagine. On that note, though, let's set up processing. I think I'm just gonna use bots, for better or for worse. Maybe that's a mistake, but we're gonna try it. And this needs... This is not the building. What do you make them in? Oh, EMPs. Look at that. Good thing we should have some in here, right? He says... No, a bit more. Oh, it's probably in the storage. Yeah, we got rares. We got rares. Okay, and they need the cold fluoroketone, so I should probably put them over here so that we can just access the fluoroketones pretty easily. Oh, it's a weird situation. Okay. Interesting. All right, we'll do it like that. Definitely want to put in the old epic prod 3s, if I have enough. I don't. I should have more, though, on the ship. No, I don't have more on the ship! No! Balderdash. Alright, we'll drop some of the stuff that we need here. And we'll have to fly back, won't we? Drop a few more Logibots, a few more uncommon Roboports. Why not? Some more inserters and substations. Oh yeah, pipes. We ran out of pipes. Don't forget that. Alright, that should be good enough for now. So we send you back. Hopefully we'll have enough. Oh, that's why I don't have Prod 3 modules, because we didn't have eggs. We didn't have biter eggs. But those should be back and running again. So these are all running again. Perfect. Perfect. Which is why we didn't have enough of these. Okay, got it. Now, do I have rares available? It looks like I do. Upgrading those to rare will speed up this process a smidge. A smidgen. What? Oh, we were attacked. We was attacked. Why still do manual loading and unloading? I don't know. It's a good question. Cause like, I understand that you're right, but I also like it. And I don't know if I can explain why. So there's my unhelpful answer. All right, back to Aquilo. Designing this. The cold ketones. And just do this. And then the not so cold ketones can do this. I guess it's probably better to just do... You know, one thing I haven't mentioned that I actually know, and I probably should have mentioned already, you have to spend more heat on defrosting underground pipes than on straight pipes. So if you use an underground where you don't need to, you've wasted some heat. Even for the full length, it's like 150 heat per whatever, or kilowatts or something, versus a straight pipe is only 10. So you can get 15 straight pipes for the same amount of cost, maintenance cost, as one underground pair. So that being said, if there's a spot like this, you're better off using straight pipes. At the end of the day, I'm not worried too much about it. It's just, I figured I'd point it out because I kind of forgot about it until just now. Okay, so this is going to be filling up with all sorts of crap for a while. The question is, yeah, we need 5 more rare prod 3s before it's going to grab them. Might take a minute. You can see that, yeah, you can see it in the prototype explorer here, but there's a table someone made on Reddit that I was looking at. It's actually a lot of work to figure out the numbers from this, because whatever number it gives you is not very helpful. Yeah, heating energy 1666.67, but what does that actually mean? I don't know. Is that the amount per tick? Probably. And I assume that's just in joules. So it's 1.6 kilojoules per tick, which totals out to 100 kilowatts of heat energy. I think I'm doing that right. It's very possible. That's not quite it, but yeah. Also, LXNDR, Luxenderish, however you pronounce your name. Hello. Hello to you as well. Welcome. From the YouTube side of things. I want to make these better, but I would need legendary quality 3s, of which I only have... Well, we have 4 there. Two more. I really need a... Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things I need to fix if I want to make it better for legendary. Oh, we're already done with the research? Wow, I thought that would take longer. I thought the research we queued up was going to take like multiple episodes. That happened fast. Okay, so railgun damage seems pretty cheap. There's no reason to not do a couple of those. And is railgun shooting speed still bugged? I know there was a bug with railgun shooting speed. I hope they've fixed that by now. Gleba is missing a lamp. Huh? Well, that's probably because I haven't created any lamps on Gleba. Let's fix that. Back to here. I'm gonna go the lazy route. I don't know if it's gonna be a good idea or not. 20 of everything. And 4E. Copy, copy. Do that. And then, this is obnoxious. Because what I would like to do, get this going. So then we're gonna have to go all the way around. And we can throw some speed modules in there. Boom. There we go. Quantum processors, baby. They stack to 200. No, 100. So I'll probably do like this. And I actually am going to remove these for now because they're not fully productive. And that's a pretty big difference, right? This one is 145% prod. And these are much lower. Oh, interesting. It's showing quality as 0, even though I don't have any quality modules in effect. Is that new? That they display quality on the side, even if it's not affected? I realize the speed modules make them go negative, but I don't have any to counteract in the first place, and I feel like it wasn't showing you that before. The belt of mixed stacked and unstacked items. Yeah, it actually does look really cool. It's only because the recycling stuff is not, it's creating things that aren't stacked, and then those are just prioritized over the stacked items. So it ends up being a mixture. I could just put a stack inserter here to re-stackify them, but the rates are so low it doesn't matter. If the rates were higher, I would totally do it. I do think the Synthus now is getting... Okay, good. We are getting prod 3s. Why only make 200? Wait, 200 what? What am I making 200 of? I don't know. Oh, 2,000 you mean? Because that's 6,000 quantum processors, which feels like enough to buffer. Maybe I'm crazy. But anywho, there's quantum processors, and now we want to make fusion-y stuff. So fusion-y stuff is made in the cryogenic plant. Maybe I'll make it over here. Okay, so how many do we need? On the face of it, it looks like you only need 2 each, 50 megawatt, but like neighbor bonuses change that, so. And the stack size is 5 to 1. So that actually makes me feel... And I assume we can't prod these, right? Okay, just double check. Actually makes me feel like having the same number is fine. In a single fusion reactor, 100 megawatts. Okay, so let's go with like 5 stacks. Make a little heat arm. Since I can't do prod, there's not too much of a need to do anything here. Yeah, exactly. 2 plus 2 per neighbor bonus. So, and you can have a lot more neighbors because of the way these work. All right. should get me there over time. It certainly is going to cause... Yeah, it's going to cause issues. I'm wondering if I can upgrade planner... Oh, of course, the upgrade planner's not... I've seen multiple people say this by now, and I think it's just completely true. I saw some really convincing arguments on Reddit. Convincing, not that I needed convincing because I already agreed with it, but I was like, oh yeah, that's a point, that's a good point that I hadn't even thought of. But just like, especially with how big remote view is now, blueprints should not go into your inventory by default. The only time they should end up in your inventory is if you are holding a blueprint and you place it in your inventory like that. All other cases, when you copy something and put it in your hotbar and hit Q to like get it out of your hand, that should go into the game library. At a minimum, it should go into your library somewhere. Because now, if I go into remote view, I now can't... It looks like I can use it, but if I go to a different planet, whichever one I just pasted, it was... where was it? This one. Wait. No, that's not the one. Is this the one I just copied? Wait, now it's letting me use it? I'm super confused right now. See, even I don't know. Oh, it's letting me use it because it's actually in my inventory. But then if I were to place that down and fly to a different planet, because you have to get rid of it to fly to a different planet, now I can't use it, even though it's right here. It's the weirdest thing. I think... I'm glad that blueprints are items that you can use. You need that for stuff like recursive blueprints. But I do think the default should be using the game blueprint library as where those things go. Because then you can use them in remote view the way you would expect to. So like an upgrade planner here, I clearly made this, but then I didn't, like it ended up in my inventory, which I then dropped somewhere on another planet, and now I can't use it anymore. So you have to like make a new one or copy it or, you know, go through something like that. Which just feels silly for an upgrade planner. It's like I shouldn't need to physically carry with me the idea that I want to upgrade. You know, it's just, I don't think it's expected that you would need to carry it with you. Anyway, what am I actually doing? That was such a tangent. No, it wasn't that. It was, sorry, it was RoboPorts. That's what I'm actually doing. And see, now I don't even know where it is right now. Did I see that ended up in my inventory because I didn't manually pick it up and put it in here, even though I never once interacted with my inventory. You know what I mean? Like I was in remote view when I made this, but it ended up in my character's inventory, which is a double weirdness, I think. So I mean, I think it's just artifacts of how the game used to be. So it totally all makes sense. I just think now that remote view is such a big deal, I think they could really improve the experience by just making the blueprint library the norm for everything. And most of the time, these things don't end up in your inventory. All right, so that should help the bots a little bit as well to have all of these be uncommon. I assume we're running out of, yeah, tungsten plates pretty quick here. All right, so, and we're out of holmium, it seems. What's up with that? Fulgora, are you? It could be annoying for multiplayer, but that's more a question of whether blueprint libraries should be shared between players or not. You know, like there should be a my blueprints and a like this map's blueprints, and I don't actually even know how any of that works, but because right now, what is it? Yeah, there's a my and a game. So then, sorry, then the default should be that they go into my blueprints. I was thinking game blueprints because that way they're not always showing up in your forever library. But there's not a my game blueprints category, which is more what I was thinking it would be. So yeah, I mean, of course there's maybe some issues with multiplayer, but I do think with now remote view and you have to ditch your inventory to go to another planet, you end up having weirdnesses like, okay, why can't I click this? And I do think that's a bit odd. Now, why am I not getting holmium plates? I have a crap ton of rare holmium plates, apparently. So what's going on here? Because we even have foundries making holmium now. So it's all getting requested. It's all going to making electromagnetic plants. And I have basically none. Wow. They are expensive. I do see that, but so I guess what we need you're only gonna run well, maybe I do it this way. You only run if holmium greater than like 3,000. So I want holmium to go to stockpiling holmium first. Do we have the better prod modules? No, I've never dropped better prod modules. If I time it right, I could drop them from here. Alright, so now we drop these, and we drop more tungsten. But yeah, I should automate the synths at this point. Let's see. Get these all placed. Alright, so we'll do 2,000 of those, 2,000 of these, 2,000, 2,000 of all the things. We'll do 3,000 because that's rocket part related. We want LDS, 1,000, rocket fuel. We're out of rocket fuel. That's okay. I'm making rocket fuel. No, I'm not making rocket fuel here yet. That's another step that I haven't done. I'm making solid fuel. Belts. Indies. Splitties. I probably don't need more than 100 straight belts. It's ridiculous because you use underground so often. Pipes. Concrete, definitely. Heat pipes. See, this, you guys were wondering why I hadn't done this yet. It's because this is a pain in the butt. That's why. That's the simple answer. It's not hard. It's just you gotta click a lot of things and decide what it is you want to request. You can do it only once, but I feel that you often have different desires between each planet, so then you have to not 2,000. Then you have to modify each planet. Anyway, it certainly is less of a pain in the butt over the long term, but, you know, laziness often prioritizes short-term gains over long-term gains, so. And then you run into issues with like the module thing where it's like, I don't want necessarily 50 of each rarity. And you can't just do the any rarity. Or can you now? Did they make it so we can now? Did that patch changed something? No, you can still you can only trash inequality. but you can't request any quality. Or a range of qualities, I should say. I still can't do that. Aylor, that only works if you're using like buffer chests though. Where you're like, because you need some sort of constant amount that your network wants. Also, I'm gonna run out of space here. Storage. Yeah, it'll read if buildings are needed to be built or whatever, but it's not going to like well, space platforms will, but yeah, Jan, regarding the blueprint book thing that you were mentioning, yes, I agree. It's easier to just manage it from the library. Why are these not going into the trash slot if I control click them? I guess that's just not how it works. I don't know. I don't want ice in here though, that's what I know. Okay. So then the Synthus should now have some sort of inactivity. We'll go with 25 seconds. And we'll just do that. Alright, and Navis will come back as soon as it's done nothing for a minute. And I think that'll be close enough to what we want. The Vulcanus... Let's see, that's the Derpa mill, right? How many tungsten plates are we requesting on this bad boy? Only 500? Yeah, that should go up to 1,000. And then on Vulcanus, I assume we're not having any issue keeping up with those requests. Yeah, we have tungsten. Yeah, it has one little spurt of needing to make stuff that does not take very long. And then it's done. Okay. So I could certainly request more is what that means. I could probably even do 2,000 on each of them, actually. Just means more rockets sent, but that's fine. What's the best fuel, Wicked Instincts? I mean, I think nuclear fuel... I assume you mean fuel for, like, trains or something. Wow! I have 3,900 depleted uranium cells? I need to start recycling those bad boys. That's a lot. Jeez. Yet, it is not even close to mattering because I still have infinite uranium. But yeah, I think nuclear fuel is still the best fuel as far as like train fuel. As far as I know. There's no fusion burnable fuel. So, and then when you go really high quality, you get 475% vehicle acceleration and 137% top speed. So that acceleration is insane. I'm really curious, like, how fast a train goes from 0 to 100 with that. That's really nuts. All right. Anyway, what are we doing? Fusion? Fusion. All right. So what else do we need to make fusion power a reality? So fusion cells need holmium, lithium, and ammonia. Wow, that's so cheap. That's like weirdly cheap. I'll take it though. And what was that made in? Also, am I... Oh. Ooh. I don't like that. The back button doesn't open your previously opened item. It actually exits out of the Factoriopedia. I assume if you have something open and you close it and then you hit like the back button hotkey, it opens it. Yeah. There's just some UI weirdnesses where I'm like, it makes sense, but I don't like it. And I feel like there's a lot of those little things. I wonder if some of it is just what other games have conditioned me to prefer, or if it's like the devs are really good at programming consistent things, but sometimes that makes the UI kind of not do what you hope it does. Or maybe it's just like you're expecting it to work like how other programs work. I'm not sure, but like the old, like what Railguns made, factory, what's it called, recipe book. You know, you would be able to see the previous page that you had open in here without it. Wait, what? What is happening? So you open it and that goes to closing it, but here, if you close it, then it will go back properly? What? I don't even know what I'm doing, but something's wrong here. Something's really weird here. Anyway, what I'm trying to do, before I got distracted by that weirdness of the back button, is see what I make this in. Cryogenic plant. Okay. So we'll just do the same thing here. Copy this. Meant to do that. Delete the requests. Fusion cell. I assume I can productivity E this. Yes. And I also need to fill these bad boys up. I know that's not quite the same amount, but it's close enough. 130% is pretty good. And it looks like we've already got a good amount of reactors. Oh, I guess I don't need that last little piece. I know I do for the building. It makes and uses legendary rocket fuel on the basis of might as well. Exactly. Yeah, that would be exactly how it would be for me. I have zero need for faster trains at this point. I mean, to be honest, really nobody does. Especially now that we have, what's it called? Well, between train interrupts, but the word I'm looking for is elevated rails. We now have so much more throughput of trains already, just because of better intersections, you know, non-intersecting intersections. So having even faster trains is more just for fun than anything else. But yeah, that's gonna make things not work, isn't it? There we go. Oh, that's not fast. I guess we did slow the building down to like crawl. Let's see, that goes there. You know, I almost wish for a ghost inventory. That would be kind of nice. So like you could have your inventory over here, and it's not actually an inventory with any real items stored in it, but it's a self-curated and ordered list. You know, kind of like when you have an inventory, it's like, these are the things I want to have on me. And you could have the same idea for remote view, and you open your inventory, and it's like, these are the things I want on me, not just a full list of every single possible item I can make. I think that would actually be really handy. That would be nice. And obviously you have your hotbars down here, but that's a much more limited set of items. You know, even with 4 bars, you've only got 40 buttons. But let's throw that in there, and then that should be plenty of fusion power cells. We'll let this build up to 500, why not? True, Wascally, I think the issue there isn't so much the faster trains though, it's the train cargo size. It feels like the cargo size of trains is really small now with the speed of everything. Like the trains are going really fast and the inserters are inserting really fast. The train just can't hold very much comparatively. I think this is good. 40 gigajoules, that's a lot. How much is a nuclear one? 8 gigajoules? You'd only make 1 per recipe here, I guess. That is different. Is lithium my holdup? What's going on here? Oh, the request was made when it was really slow. There we go. Yeah, they didn't make wagons hold more, which, again, it's like a lot of people would have expected that, so clearly they intentionally made that decision for balance reasons. Alright, that's more fusion power cells than I would need to power literally everything in the entire solar system right now. That's a lot. I mean, even ignoring neighbor bonuses, this is enough for about 80 gigawatts. Or I guess 70 gigawatts. And Nauvis is my power hungriest planet, and it's tracking at 1 gigawatt. So I think we've got enough fusion fuel. Cool. I will request a fusion. Maybe 2. Not 2E. And I will request 8 of these, because they each need 4 if I've got a double. And then I will request fusion power cells 100. Why not? Yeah. Hey, thanks for the follow, Shillelog. Now, why are we not making more of these? Tungsten? Yeah. Always the tungsten with you. And I'm guessing the Synthus doesn't even have any right now. Yeah, it's got 0. Derpamu is struggling. But why? I shouldn't be requesting that anymore. That's pointless. It's just taking time. No, something's off. Something is off. It's loaded. It's not launching. Ah, ship full. That would do it. That would do it. Good point. Make sure we don't run out of power there. Perfect. Alright, now they should be getting launched. There we go. Well, I didn't really mean to do that, but okay. I was gonna say, or if you have 10 minutes of inactivity, you should head back no matter what. Maybe even 5 minutes. Maybe 20. Does anyone know the launch speed of rockets? Like if one pad was launching, you know, it kept launching rockets in a row, how many seconds is it between launches? That is an irrational amount of fusion? No, Dave. No. An irrational amount of fusion would be square root 2. That's an irrational amount of fusion. 100 is a very rational amount. I think fusion lasts even longer than nuclear on the basis that not only is each cell 5 times more power, but fusion is self-throttling. So it doesn't just burn through the whole fusion cell as fast as it can. Oh, you're talking about 2E being irrational. Yes, you're right. 2E would be irrational. I was thinking like 2E5, like scientific notation, not like E the number E. It's floating point, so it's rational by definition. Ah, nerds. We have fun. All right. Anyway, what's the hold up on these? Still the tungsten. That's lithium, though. Why am I not making more lithium? Something's... Oh! Oh. Sure. We stopped collecting lithium for some odd reason. Okay, there we go. Cool, so we got fusion power. Do railguns take power? Or are they like turrets where they just shoot based on their own, you know, whatever? They do take power, okay. I mean, I could just look at the thing. I keep struggling to get to Factoriopedia. Railgun turret consumes 7 megawatts. Wow. Okay. And do we need to make this? No, we can make this anywhere. So I'm probably best off. Trying to decide if I just want to make railguns. I might as well just make railguns on. I don't think I'm going to go for the higher quality railguns right now. So I might as well make them on Aquilo. Since I've already got all the stuff right here for it. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if I had quality modules. The problem is I don't think I've put any quality modules on Aquilo. So that makes that kind of impossible. Unfortunately. Oh, I need fluoroketones. I did not register that. Alright, I should make it over here then. Maybe even like right here, just for simplicity. I could make my own railgun, but that just seems dangerous. That's more likely to result in the destruction of my own property than anything that actually needs to be killed. Whoa, those are some big requests. And we stack to 10? Oh, the rocket capacity is only 1. I guess that's the reason to not make them on here. Though, then again, that's like more than one rocket full of other stuff anyway. But yeah, 8 module slots with quality module 3s would be some serious chances to get uncommons. I mean, what are we talking? What do I have? I have epic 3s. So that would be 8 times... Yeah, it's like almost a 40% chance. Then he'd occasionally lag out and die. Yeah, I mean... It does seem like the amount of damage they do is pretty insane. 18,000 damage. I mean, I was doing pretty good. Though, actually, this is not that... I don't have that many upgrades yet, I guess is the difference. And the difference is the range. Because the uranium shells, 12,000 physical, these are 18,000 physical with only 2 upgrades. But you can, these are in turrets. You can't have cannon turrets, right? You can only have a single tank firing. So it's pretty different. I also find it interesting that it doesn't tell you the piercing power. I guess it's just infinite. Railguns have infinite piercing power. Right. So that's going to be dealing that damage to every section of the worm, which is nuts. And then when you think about... Oh, they're not worms. Sorry, Demolisher. But this is for the head. I wonder what the resistance is of the segments. Are there any worms within radar that I can look at? The segments have 5/50%. Okay, so it's the same. They also have 50% physical resistance. So yeah, like if a single railgun shot were to hit like 5 sections at once, you know, bow to stern, it might one-shot the thing, you know, because 18,000 damage is just reduced down to 9,000 damage. So if it hit 4 segments, that would insta-gib a small demolisher in one shot. What's up, Sviplet? Thank you so much for the 4 months. Very appreciated. Okay, I feel like I'm trying to juggle a lot of things right now with all these space platforms. How's the Derpamu doing? The Derpamu's doing okay. 30 seconds of inactivity and 600 seconds pass. See, I don't want that. I don't want that. The reason we were doing that was because it was going too fast back and forth and was getting damaged. Which is certainly still possible that that happens. It's less likely now because of asteroid productivity, I think. Now that we have some asteroid productivity going on, that means we'll get more iron. Because I think the issue was iron plates. I don't know. But yeah, we'll just do 30 seconds of inactivity and call it a day. Because that seems to be a good amount. That, like, the planet has stopped requesting things if we have 30 seconds go by. Uh-oh. I feel like something's wrong. What is... Oh... It's requesting calcite as I'm consuming it. That's interesting. So maybe instead maybe I gave it 1 minute. To drop things down to the planet. I'm curious how, yeah, that's an interesting, there's no way to measure if the planet's gotten everything at once. If all planetary requests are satisfied. Interesting. Huh. So this one should be okay though, because it's not dropping stuff down to Vulcanus constantly. You have an idea for your mod, space platform split? So you can use a platform as a tugboat. Interesting. That could be cool, yeah, not having, like, you could have one platform that does the engines and the weapons, and another platform is just a processing platform. I know another thing a lot of people have been asking for is the ability to transfer items between platforms if they're around the same planet, which I think could also be cool. So, how much health do these have? 400? These are, oh my god, look at that damage. Each one of these turrets has dealt 700,000 damage. Ooh, that one on the end? Whoa, 3.6 million? 3.6 million damage, 17,000 kills. Anyway, they're doing 33.8 physical damage. So then, what I'm thinking is I do another one of these researches. And that maybe means I need even less ammo. We can track it, but we can see the ammo production over time. Maybe better would even be the consumption over time. I guess they're the same number in this case. Yeah, no, you can do interrupts, but interrupts are different than this. Because interrupts are going to... like, that's different than a wait condition. Because I want it to be at the... once it's at the planet, I want it to wait until it's satisfied the requests of the planet and then go. But it's not going to. You know, it can make a wait condition. Middle grabber not working? Oh. No, it's working, it's just full. I have way too many asteroid chunks is the problem. Seems we're actually running into some slight power issues. Let's do more of all these things. But yeah, I guess I actually need... needs to go a bit faster. It would also be better if I had stack inserters. Why don't I request stack inserters from... I guess we can go either or. And then we can make things a little better. Yeah, you can run routes entirely on interrupts. I guess that's true. Did know that. Okay, here was another attack. Attack on Gleba. Alright, what have we done? We've got fusion power. It should be ready to go. I mean, I don't need fusion power here, but Synthus now can drop down fusion power and fusion cells. Perfect. And then we also need railgun turret. 10? Is that too many? No, let's do 10. Maybe even more. Maybe even 15. Maybe 20. Alright, so let's set up some fusion power just for fun. Fusion reactor. Now... Oh. Whoops. We're gonna need to make some barrels and barrel some of the cold stuff here. Let's see. Barreling, barrel making, request steel, provide barrels. Long inserter between. Barrel. This is our first barreling of the entire playthrough, which I find interesting. Alright, easy enough. And then the synths, we're gonna request fluoroketone cold. 100. What's the rocket amount? 100. Okay. Is that enough? Should be. A barrel of laughs. Yeah. Does look like things are going okay here. I just need more than 4 rocket pads if I wanted that to go any faster. So what is that? That's 4 rockets. That's 10 rockets. Calcite's kind of the big deal. And then that is 250. That's 8 rockets. That's 22 rockets plus whatever else I needed. That's a decent amount. It's gonna take 2.5 minutes or whatever if it's about 30 seconds a rocket. Alright, so fusion power. Let's investigate. So we've got the fusion reactor. And then we've got the fusion generators, which have all sorts of little weird connections. So basically the cold fluoroketone comes in, it gets turned into plasma, and then the plasma is consumed, and then that gives out the hot fluoroketone, which is not the same amount. So it actually does consume. It doesn't, like, you will run out. It's not a closed loop. Did I do that wrong? Oh, no, sorry. I was seeing 4 and 2, and that's where I got confused. But these consume 2 plasma, and never mind. It is a closed loop. Okay. Yeah, I was actually confused by that for a second. So then you can do stuff like this, where you like keep the plasma going, and then you're bringing out the stuff. So yeah, making a tileable reactor is, I guess, half the fun here. Now these are directional, right? Like I can't do that, and the plasma won't flow there. Now you guys are confusing me. I think it is a closed loop, This consumes 4 fluoro and generates 4 plasma. This consumes 2 plasma and outputs 2 fluoro. So no, that is a closed loop. Wascally, that is what closed loop means. I mean, yeah, you have to cool it between the two, but that's still a closed loop. Like, you don't need any fluoroketone from outside the system. You do need cooling in the system, yes. But that's still a closed loop. Speaking of, though, we do need cryogenic plant requested. Oh, did I think that's another thing I didn't put on the Synthus. Let's do that. Okay, and inactivity here is a problem again because we'll do all requests satisfied and time passed. Or 25 seconds of inactivity. Either of those should mean that we're good to go. Does some get lost in the cooling plant? No, it's 10 to 10. It's the same recipe that we're already doing. Whoa, what is going on here? Oh, storage. It's the same recipe we're doing right here. This one. It's 10 to 10, and no productivity allowed. So, that should be fine. Ooh, we got railguns. Woot. And then the ammo we can make pretty much anywhere. That's easy. All right, fun. All right, so then we're gonna need some initial unbarreling just to get things spun up, and then uh-oh. Leba, would you stop being such a problem child? Quit it. Alright. Cryo plants will get here eventually. So yeah, the reason these are cool, for those who never read that FFF, they get the neighbor bonuses, but they don't tile. I mean, you can just tile them boring like this. But you can fit extra neighbors around them, and they pass the plasma through. So you could have one that's totally surrounded. Well, no, you need to feed it with fuel. So I guess you still can't have it totally surrounded. But you can have it like that and have a neighbor bonus of 5, right? Which is crazy. I think the simplest version is like this, because then you get a neighbor bonus of 2 on all of them. I'm just gonna go with the basic neighbor bonus of 1. And then each one should have 4. Well, each one. Uh-oh, wait. Each one now needs 4 generators. Am I doing that right? Let's see. With the neighbor bonus, these normally each need 2, so yeah, now they'll each need 4. So I could just do something like this, and then kind of want to like turn it like that. No, that's ugly. 4 is kind of an unfortunate number, because 3 works nicely, but 4 is kind of... I guess I can do 2 and then 2 like this. It's a really long boy design, though. I don't know if I like that. Maybe I rotate these, and then I put the junk in from the side, and then it will look a little better. And where'd they go? There. So then we can do 8 total. 1, 2... 3, 4... 5, 6. Seven, 8. And then we've got that collecting those 3, these 2. Yeah, this is kind of like just the way the shapes are. I really like how many ways there are going to be to do this. I'm sure there will be certain optimized designs that this is not, but it is pretty cool. I think this will look better as an underground. And then we put a nice little power pole in there. And that's going to be fusion power. But not yet. Because we're still going to need one more trip. Wait, no, we do have... Oh, Navis is not requesting any of these things. There's so many steps. It would help if I had a group assigned. That would save me a step here. Because we want cryo plants, we need fluoroketone cold barrels. We need fusion plants. How did I have some in my inventory then? I'm actually starting to get confused. What happened here? Did I? Oh, I dropped them down manually. That's what happened here. That's what explains that. I think that's it, right? Oh, and the fusion cells. Okay. Yeah, it is interesting that you don't really want to use fusion on the very planet you get it on. Because you need the heat already, and at that point it's really easy to just use heat for power. So it doesn't feel like there's that much of a point to use fusion unless you were really, really power hungry, and then it might be worth it. But it's like we're powering our base just on this solid fuel alone. I don't even know the last time we consumed some fusion or fission. What are they called? Uranium fuel cells? Yeah, I mean, over the last hour, we haven't even really consumed any. I think those got created, or those got consumed only when I made a bunch of new heat pipes, and then it sucks the heat out of the network fast enough. Counterpoint, fusion is cool. I will accept that counterpoint. I will accept. Might as well throw some power cells in there. So how long does one of these run at full tilt? 100 megawatts compared to 40,000 megajoules is going to be 40,000, drop a 0, 400 seconds. Okay. So these are 400 seconds apiece. But that's only if you're using all the power. Overbuilding plus bot base on Aquilo. I guess if you're using bots for everything, that might need fusion power. Because they're going to be pretty power hungry if that's your main idea. So what's going on right now? I should stop requesting rocket fuel, maybe. Or I should start making rocket fuel on Aquila. That would save some... Let's save some time now. Let's change that a little bit so we go to Fulgora more often. How's Fulgora on the Holmium now that we've put that condition? Okay, good. We have Holmium. Beautiful. Oh, Sean, I forgot about the numbers too for like requesting. Like you can make a smaller logistics group for what you're requesting onto the platform, but then have the planet not have the exact same numbers with a multiplier. That is an interesting way to do it. I hadn't thought about that. Gleba, gleba, gleba. I'd like to see an attack happen, I'm curious. It looks like they're mostly from these directions, because those bases are in the fog. More lasers does help too. I mean, again, lasers aren't like the highest damaging things, but they do still do a lot of damage, even if 80% of it is blocked. What are my upgrades at? Can't see anything over there. Their damage is 122 still. I can make the Tesla turrets, but aren't those only on Fulgora? Oh, no. But they need the supercapacitors, which I have not exported supercapacitors anywhere. So they're effectively only on Fulgora for me right now. It is an effective restriction, but not an absolute. All right, so anyway, the Synthus is currently heading back to Aquilo. Should be getting some railguns soon. I think I want to do another rocket parts. That seems nice to get a little bit more of that. Just build a big ass wall. Walls don't work. Now the question, I guess that's not true. How many tiles of wall do you need before the pentapods cannot step over it? There's a number somewhere, I presume. If your wall is thick enough, if you get a real thick boy, the pentapods are gonna have to stop. Unless they can just, or maybe they can't. Maybe they can just walk on top of walls. To the point where, like, they would just walk through 100 tiles of walls. Landfill works to prevent them from spawning, but it's not like a moat or anything. Okay, yeah, we've already got plenty of fusion power cells. And a lamp. Ta-da! Well, it's a different kind of moat, I guess, but yes, if you landfill your entire pollution cloud on Gleba, then you don't have to deal with enemies. That is true. All right, did we get the ketones? We did. All right, so then you get rid of those. Cryo plants, we have a couple. Perfect. I don't know how many I need. I'm guessing I can speed it up pretty well to make this not need to be a bunch. I'll leave room for some modules here. Hey, fusion power! Alright, that's a perfect place, I think, to end the YouTube episode. We are going to keep streaming, though, so don't worry. But, man, look at that. It's beautiful. So target temperature, max output. You can see the neighbor bonus is being changed based on the speed at which they are running, which is super interesting. Right now they're running at about 1/4. These are going to make 50 megawatts regardless of what the neighbor bonuses are doing. So the neighbor bonus is changing oh, it's changing the plasma temperature. Oh, and these are consuming a different rate of plasma. Like if it's hotter plasma, they consume less of it, I think. Because this is with more neighbor bonus, this is stuffing more power, aka more temperature, into the same amount of fluid per second, which means that these have to consume less per second to produce the 50 megawatts. I see. Okay, and then these are doing the cooling, which... Turn that back to normal. Make it go quite a bit faster. Yeah, I mean 24. Yeah, those are fast enough for like almost infinite fusion power already. So, yeah, I mean, it's the same as how Steam works. When you have modded, I've played plenty of mods where like Steam can be at different temperatures, and the turbines will consume less of a hotter steam, or at least that's how most of them work. Some of them consume the max all the time, but a lot of times the hotter it is, the less it needs to consume per second to reach its wattage that it's trying to make. So this right here at maximum is going to provide, if they're both running at full, it's going to provide 400 megawatts in this amount of space. And I would say plus this, but this is like, those consume 8 at most, so each of these could handle 3 whole sets of this. So like, the actual amount of cryo plant you need is like a third of this or less. There's no guarantee that the generators draw plasma from the reactors evenly. Well, they should. I mean, in this case, they're not, because we don't have the same amount. But if you have all of the fusion generators on the same network, they should all run exactly the same percentage because they're connected. It would only be if you had different generators connected to different networks that you would run into that issue, I think. Or like in my case where I haven't finished building the network. Because this one's going to run out sooner because it has more generators drawing the plasma. But yeah, sweet, fusion power. All right, we'll call that an episode there. As always, for those of you watching from the future, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Oh, you're saying if we had connected them like this, then the weirdness could happen? Yeah. Interesting. So I guess it actually works out best to do it the way I'm doing it here, because then you guarantee that you have equal plasma usage. So there's actually a more serious reason to do it this way. Also, we should stop that connection so that we don't end up with unhelpful amounts of blocked fluoroketones. So the synthus, do we have more fusion now? We do. We're bringing more back. Perfect. Okay. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Not that we needed more power on Navis, but, you know, it's fun. It's fun, and it's basically free. These are gonna last 5 ever. It doesn't work. Doesn't know what fuel to request. Alright, I am going to take a quick break. Restroom, stretch, you know, all the good stuff. You guys should do the same. And we will be right back. And yeah, I think next we'll start working on the Aquilo ship. No, what? No, that we already did that. That was forever ago. The edge of the solar system ship is what I'm meaning to say. All right. Break time. Alright, we're back. Okay, let's see. Get hydrated. Oh look, our fusion generators arrived while we were gone. Okay. Make sure nobody needs me. What is going on here? Why is that so not centered? So I feel like the white balance is all off. As it usually is. Alright. What are we doing here? So... hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to our late game Factorio Space Age playthrough, where we are, well, I say late game, in some ways the game hasn't even started yet, but no, we're late game. We got fusion power running, feels pretty good. Not that we needed it because we had plenty of nuclear already, but now we have another 400 megawatts available and plenty of power cells to fuel it. So now our goal is to build a ship that is capable of getting to the solar system edge, and that is the victory screen for Factorio Space Age. There is the extended challenge of going towards the shattered planet. I believe some people have made it there. It's not easy. There's an absurd amount of asteroids you have to punch through to get there. I'm not exactly certain about a lot of how that works, but that's like extra bonus. And then also the obvious goal of getting more of everything is there, and then the obvious goal of legendary everything is there when it comes to quality. So there's lots of extra goals that the game gives you, which I like, that those are extrinsic motivators rather than intrinsic, like, I just want to make a bigger base. Now there's the goal of like, oh, I still have to make everything legendary. I still have to, you know, do my Gleba defenses in a way that they won't eventually get overrun. I have to, you know, I have to make foundation and bring that to every planet. There's lots of extra goals now that happen after the victory screen that are very much extrinsic. I don't know how many of those we'll actually pursue. I still think I have to kind of, especially with the holidays and stuff, I'm like, okay, do I want to maybe take a little break after we win from Factorio, and then we'll pursue Hyanodons after that? That's kind of the leading idea that I have. But yes, there is another science pack. That's a good point. And it's needed for only one research, is that right? Or do some of these turn into needing it after so many researches? Or is it just the one? I don't actually know. But the Prometheum science pack gives you more science for your science, so you can science better while you science. But yeah, so step number one is to make a new platform. This is going to be... let's see, let me look at my Patreon list and see who's next. All right. Is that still correct? Yeah, this is the active randomizer. Okay. All right, this is the Ascension. Ooh, what a perfect name. The SS Ascension. Thank you, Ascension, for supporting me. And we're gonna make it over Nauvis here. And we will ascend to victory with this bad boy. Territorol, I mostly am looking for little to no input. Like, there are some that it's so hard to describe the level of backseating that you want as a streamer. There are some streamers that are just like hardcore, like, I don't want you to tell me anything. Like, even just having a suggestion or thought is backseating. I'm not that draconian about it. But there are also some streamers where it's like, oh yeah, just literally tell me how to play. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm not that level either. Like, I do have ideas about how I want to do things, and I'm not just looking for like tons and tons of suggestions. But there is a level of like, okay, if I make a belt you know, how do I describe it? Like, basically, if it's something that you know Krydax has already mastered and he just did it wrong because he's a dummy, that sort of thing I do want backseating on, right? Like, if it's like, oh, I'm side loading onto a belt, but then later I'm thinking that that item is on the right side of the belt, and so I'm doing this. Like, that sort of thing I'm totally fine with people pointing out, because that's something that, like, obviously I already kind of know what I'm doing, I just did it wrong because, you know, things are hard and we all make mistakes kind of thing. So, like, simple mistakes like that, I don't mind help with at all. I actually appreciate it. If it's more like, oh, you don't even know yet that that turret arrangement isn't going to work because the asteroids are harder than you thought they'd be, that sort of thing feels a little bit spoilery, and I don't want that sort of backseating, if that's helpful. All right, so the Ascension, we want to pin this. I think these three, I'm probably going to remove the pins just because they're kind of annoying. I'll just come to the map view to get it. So, I do think I want to at least start with... it's gonna be ugly for a minute, but I'm gonna start with this. And we're gonna go over to the Ascension. And I'm gonna paste it. But then I'm gonna immediately remove this. And I'm gonna take everything here, cut it, and put it down further. So it's gonna be longer. Then I'm gonna take this. And, no. Sorry, I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna remove that, so it'll let me put this next to itself. Okay. And then we will make adjustments. All right, this is at least a starting point. All right. So thing number, why is it not letting? It's not letting me scroll down because I don't have enough platform. That's kind of annoying. That's an interesting thing. Okay, so then we'll move all the turrets that are in the middle out of here. Get rid of that part. Yeah, it's actually kind of annoying. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a bug, but it certainly is something that would be a much better quality of life. That, like, if you've blueprinted something and it's just not built yet, it would let the screen scroll move further. Because I have to zoom out to build down here. Okay, so the thing I'm trying to do right now is just fix the loop of ammo. Oh, hold on. Do I want... Yes, turret roll. Yes, that's what I was just saying. I understand why it's doing it, but I'm saying it'd be nice if you blueprinted further out, if it would let you scroll the screen further out. Because obviously you're interested in building a platform of that size. So it would just be a nice feature if it didn't restrict that. Okay, so I'm gonna remove, I guess, the guts of this one can all be removed because the guts are now on the left side. This is like a, It's not a Tuma, but this is the Tuma on the ship. Oh yeah, and then the undergrounds are going to be too far apart. But that's fine. Okay. So then this is good. Now, there's a couple issues here. The first one that I'd like to point out is there's no space for railguns. So I am going to stick with the double point design, regardless of how terrible it is, just because it's cool looking, and I'm going to stick with it. So then the question becomes, how are we going to deal with railguns? And we will figure that out. Let me think. Let's first put railguns on the hotbar so we can see what they look like in terms of like firing radius and stuff. Yeah, because you got to get the diagonal ones and whatnots. It's double wide. Yes, this is a double wide. I like that. Now there's something that might be kind of annoying, is that the angle, like I can't put one back here because it'll be blasting my own stuff. Okay, goodness. Do I have any quality modules here? I do. Okay, well, why don't we go to the rocket turret maker then? Of course, there's a speed module. I need to remove that. Fine with those being faster though. And then, oh my gosh, I have so many. That could have been rolling. Whatever, I'll make more. And then I can at least have some uncommon rocket turrets. And uncommon rocket turrets, it's only a 10% though. Pretty low chance. I really wish I had better ones. Do I have recyclers? Yeah. So why don't we... let's see, condition, rocket turret, greater than 50, put that over there, and then, no, I'm not doing quality in that, because then I have to make a lot of other quality makers. Okay, we can at least get some longer range rocket turrets. Now, here's another weirdness. We really want this to be the thing we're requesting, but instead it's requesting other things. I've actually seen some people mention that you can what's the word for it, you can like soft lock yourself, sort of, where like it's requested so many things that it can't request any foundation, so you don't want that to happen. Okay, so railguns. Anyway, the point that I was trying to make a second ago is that, like, if we wanted to do railguns here, they'd all have to be diagonal that way. And then we don't have any, you know, facing forwards. So what I might do, maybe we clear out the leading edge and we design a new leading edge. So, and the other issue is that now we have 3 ammos to think about. And the question is, do I ignore rocket turrets now? and only use railguns, and I will double check the Factoriopedia that that's not going to cause some weird issues. Because the Hugers are... Yeah, they're not different, except that they resist rockets too. And then they produce bigs, which then can be hit by rockets, but not turrets. And then the bigs produce mediums, which weirdly have more explosion resistance. That feels kind of random. But then those can be hit by turrets, and then the turrets kill those, and then these won't damage your ship if they hit you, but also need to be killed by turrets. So the question, and this is one, you know, I'm not really looking for backseating on, but I'm wondering to myself right now, is the amount of bigs small enough that if I have a lot of railguns, you know, is that gonna be fine, or do I want to mix railguns, rockets, and turrets, you know, all the way down the line? Like, I think the obvious, like, perfect design mixes all three, but I'm like, if we just railgun the hell out of things, is that gonna be good enough? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What I am gonna do is remove... Og, yes, yes. Those who have already done this challenge, I'm sure, are gonna have lots of thoughts. So what I'm gonna do is remove rocket turrets and regular turrets. Also, don't forget asteroids. What? We're literally talking about asteroids right now. The current bug, as in railguns don't shoot fast enough, is that actually still a problem? I saw a Reddit post about it that made it look pretty annoying. Okay, that's annoying. That's actually really frustrating because that totally changed it. Yeah, I read the Reddit post, and this was now like a week or two ago, and someone was like, yeah, railguns only shoot like once every 3 seconds or something, even though the firing rate was like 3 or 4 times that. And that's a huge difference. Oh, you mean don't forget asteroids as in like the chunks on belts. Yeah, that's already on the belt. Yeah, Wascally, I do get that. That's the sort of thing I don't mind being told, though, because it's like, it's an actual bug in the game. Like, if you were to assume that railguns worked as advertised, you would be playing the game properly, yet you would be punished for that, which is annoying. Hey! We got some stuff built. Alright, I need inserters to also be removed from this equation for a minute. Okay. You know what would be easier than this is just blacklist, what's it called? Platform? No. Oh, can you not? You can't blacklist tiles. Got it. That's actually really annoying. It's in the tile list? Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm dumb. Forget I said anything. Forget I said anything. Alright. There we go. Okay, so first thing I want to do is... I could have done this so much more efficiently, but we're here now. I'm gonna just move the whole front of the ship up, like, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know. Just to give me a little more room to work with all this stuff. At that point, I could have just cut off the front of the ship and remade it. And then... Wait, What's going on here? Did I screw up the slope? I know I had to rebuild it a little bit because of the asteroid catchers, but I just want to... make sure we're consistent here. Uh-oh, what did I do? Okay, I think this slope is correct. So I'll just copy that and mirror it. What have I done? Something feels off. Is that off? No, Alor, but that's not really a concern. 31 from there, 131. Okay, yeah, that's right. I think. And then there's a gap of 2 there, and is there a gap of an even number here? No. So that means I have an odd number down the middle. Do I want that? Or wait, maybe when I do this, it'll... Is there still an odd number? No, there's an even number. Okay, that's what I thought there would be. All right. So there's that. Now, the question is... Well... I may end up needing... I may end up needing this to not be this shape. No, I said I'd go with it. Let's maybe figure it out. I do kind of want 3 railguns in the front, though. I might have to fudge a little bit on that. Oh. Are these... Oh, those are 3 wide? Ew. Sanity almost prevailed there. It did. That would have been a problem, wouldn't it? Sanity prevailing. Let's not have that. Ooh, these are terrible shapes and I love it. Okay. What's the fun in sanity prevailing? I mean, can you honestly say that that's more fun? All right. I'm gonna go with that. And then I am slightly concerned about Hugers hitting the side. So I might... There's a couple issues here. I think since I have 4... I think I'm going to restrict asteroid chunks to be only on one side of the belt. And that will allow me to put railgun bullets on the other side of that belt. And then I can still survive with just 2 belts around the ring. I can angle these up if I stick them like a tile out. Yeah. But the reason I was thinking about that is then I can just use the loop that I already have, and then I can put railguns along the edge, wherever I'd like. Nice. so many things to think about here. Cargo. Not that I need a ton of cargo space, but we've got the ability to do it, so we will. All right, so let's think about grabby, because that's the most restrictive. And I think we need to do something like this. And that. And we'll eat all the ones that come into the middle here. That should be a lot. We'll do that. Okay. And then why not have one there? Okay. So that is gonna give me some stuff. I'll need to put that stuff on a belt. And we'll need to connect. It actually is nice. Then the railgun ammo is the same belt as the asteroid collecting. So yeah, that continues to be a good idea. Okay, and currently a couple things we'll need to change to make sure stuff ends up on the same side of the belt. Like right here, I think is going to screw that up. But we can fix that later. Right now, it's the inner belt that has asteroid chunks, and it's the inner side of the inner belt. Okay. Got it. So the inner side of the inner belt. So then this is the belt that has the stuff. So then why don't we snake that around in a way that works nicely. The inner side of the inner belt. So like that is what we're looking at. It's so weird. Diagonal things feel so weird in Factorio. Oh man. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. I guess I can do this and this. That. Yeah, wouldn't that be so annoying if you placed one, like you couldn't place the inserter here, but then you place it here and it can't go far enough? That would have been frustrating. Okay, so then we feed the railguns, output the chunks. Yeah. And then think I need anything else. So then I'll copy this. Belt's gonna be perfectly backwards. I wish there was a way to reverse belt sections on a blueprint. I need a blueprint paste tools that does that. I think that's a good mod idea, at least. Alright. So there we go, there's our outer belt. Or, sorry, our inner belt. This one. And then that's joined up. Okay. So far, so good. So we've got railgun coverage. Now we're gonna need lots of rockets. Lots of rockets. And I think we're gonna use uncommon rocket turrets, especially now that we have less space. Ironic, since we're in space. But I think, you know, if we look at this bad boy, you can see the different range amounts. Obviously, legendaries would be great, but wow, I mean, a legendary that's literally right here can cover, like, almost the entire ship. That's nuts. But yeah, even just the uncommon boost is pretty significant. And so I think I want uncommons on this bad boy. And then, like, the ones that I'm putting here in the middle will still be able to hit stuff that's going to hit the other side, so that makes a big difference. Maybe I just lay out the other belt first. And maybe we'll just follow. This one feels kind of pointless to go across. I can fit a gun turret in there? Yeah. Or if I just go straight across, I can fit a missile turret, because they're 3x3. I think we should be able to fit enough rare gun turrets and uncommon missile turrets in here. That will be okay. I could put 2 in the middle due to unexplained game features. Oh, do they have some sort of, like, they won't do incredibly stupid stuff like... no, I don't really need that sort of help. I wouldn't... I mean, it might be true that that would be fine, but I don't really care. Alright, so uncommon rocket turrets. Let's do... 3 here. 3 here. That's already pretty good coverage. And then there. Oh, I need to do the thing before I forget. Target priority thing. Let's see. We've already done... We need to take the huges off the list, right? Now that I... Yeah. It's really only the bigs. I mean, we could just use rockets to kill the mediums, too. But... Okay. So there's that. Do another. One here. That's a lot of rocket turret coverage. Yeah, it's totally possible ship might go boom. That's totally fine. I mean, it's not fine, but you know, I'm willing to load a save if I made some error. You know, yeah. Just at this point, just let it happen. Whatever you guys are thinking. All right, that is already configured. The gun turret. So now we just need a good few of these. That one can have a long inserter. That one can have a long inserter plus an inserter. I can do maybe just a couple here to help with stray asteroids on the sides. Those can tackle ones in the front. And so can these. Okay. Let's figure out the inserter situation for all that. Okay, so you, I don't know why I keep saying you. Now we need to copy this minus the belts. And then flip it and paste it. Turrets can feed each other ammo? Yeah, Wicked. It's great. It's great. Okay, why are these taking 5 ever? The answer is because they said so. Let's change that. Let's change that. All right. Oh my goodness, what are we doing here? Do we have... Yeah, we do. Okay, yeah, we'll just bring this down. We got the copper cable. We got the copper cable. Alright, that'll work. These don't do prod, right? Yeah. Still slower than I thought it would be. I guess it'll help when I epicify those. And then the steel. Yeah, this is fine. Now it's just an inserter problem. Which, if I really want to make it better, which I do, we can just do this and this. Alright, that should get me a bit more platform. Our rate was 15 a minute, and now our rate is 150 a minute. I wonder if that's sustainable. Probably not. But it should speed that process up a bit. Platform can be made in space, that's true. But you have to have a space platform to make a space platform. And we're still working on that part of things. Alright, so double wide trailer is coming along nicely. I need to hydrate in real life. And then think about other things. Let's see, what else do we need to do? So it's very possible that ammo production is now a bit underbaked. And that's supposed to destroy things. Actually, I wanted that. So we may have to improve ammo production. Certainly. And we need to actually create whatchamacallit, railgun ammo production, which is going to require steel, explosives, which are on this belt. What did I just undo? No, that's fine. I was trying to control X. Move that down. Because now we have explosives here. And wrong inserters on the inner gun turrets. Which ones? The inner gun turrets. These all look fine. Maybe I'm missing something. Does anyone use the term meat space? No, never heard the term. Nor am I interested in using that term. Sounds like something HK47 would say in KOTOR. Alright, 25 second per railgun shot. That's not fast. So, railgun ammo. 2 explosives apiece. 1 explosive apiece. 5 steel, 10 copper. So really what I want to do is probably make another 2 foundries. This one's going to make molten copper. This one, maybe 3 foundries. Because then we're going to want steel and cable. And then I just want to bring the, you know, whatchamacallit over here. The explosives. And then we can just basically direct feed those guys. Put the explosives in. And then speed it all to heck. And hope for the best. Mm, 25 seconds is a really long time. I might want more than one. I think I'm going to want more than one. So instead, we'll do something like this. And then make ammo along that. And then grab the explosives from, you know, some other belt. Like that. Alright. And then this leaves room for more cargo bay expansion, if we ever want such a thing. And then molten iron. This is calcite, I think. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Where the heck is calcite? And we did do that thing. I don't know if you guys remember, but we sort of set this up so I can already handle copper, which is good because I now need to. So the metallic chunks are already being sorted out, and then we wanted to put... How did I do it? We moved the thing onto the other side of the belt. So this is all going to be on the outside of the belt. So we need to move copper to the inside of the belt. Like so. So. And then now copper's on the inside of the belt. And then over here, we need to change this to 4 copper and 4 iron. I kind of remember how this works. This was only like a few days ago in real life, and yeah, I kind of already forgot. Yeah, but we wanted to measure a few tiles further down the line. So I should probably measure this tile. And not this one, just doesn't do anything. But this one's measuring. And if that one's got 4 and 4, then we will red output to there. Yes, 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 yes. Aha. Okay, so then this has copper and iron on it. And then currently that's being side-loaded, which is a problem. So we want all the copper to go left. Hey, Cornelim. I'm glad you're here live. Yeah, glad you could catch it. Is your nose running? You better go catch it. Stupid jokes. But, yeah, it's always fun when, like, people, you know, that are normally only able to catch the recordings make it to a live stream. I do feel like I could do this better, but it's already set up, so it's hard to argue to change it at this point. But yeah, this is the priority for iron ore plus calcite. Ah, yes, this has the calcite on it. So then I'm gonna have the copper go straight across, and then the calcite and do this. I should say iron and calcite. And then we're gonna have calcite on this guy too, so we'll make that over here. So then that's calcite to both, iron to there, copper to there, molten copper, bada 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 bada. Perfect. And then, can we do? No, can't do prod there. I don't know. We're getting there. We can always add more. We'll start with 2. Maybe, yeah, 3's easy because then you can easily do, I need efficiency. I don't think I do. Because what's interesting is that a speed module is inefficient at first, right? You're getting, because you're consuming more than you're producing extra. But by the time you get to epic, you're actually improving the power efficiency of the assembler. It's true it consumes a lot more power, but especially when you're not mixing with prod modules, I don't actually think this is gonna increase power consumption all that much. And we've also got the epic assembler, which is already more power efficient. Or wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right. The epics are just better. Anyway. Okay, so there's railgun shells. I can expand it downwards if needed, and then we will stack insert that output. And that will go over to here. That's weird that that doesn't connect because it's not a real one. And that's on the bottom, which is the right side, which is what we want to merge with right here. And we want to input priority right. Okay. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is the trash belt. So stuff that's here, we want to bring this across and trash it. Again, I have no idea how far that can go. I could bring fusion up here. That's certainly true as well. Oh, Gleba. Oh, medium stomper. How many uncommon rocket turrets do I have now? I have 20, compared to how many in total? I have... In total, I have 116, so it's still going to be a while before I can upgrade the whole shebang. But... on Nauvis, what about that answer? I have 18 uncommon Because I'm making them here too. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade these modules first of all. And second, we're gonna keep going to 300. I need more uncommons here. And a few rares, I might as well send them up, I guess. There's a couple places I could put rares where they'd have a little bit more range, but that's not that big of a deal. Alright, back to the Ascension. So, the Ascension is working on getting all the stuff we need ever so slowly. But let's first get all of our asteroids on the same side of the belt. So, I think we're good on all the new collectors. I think all the old collectors are good too. So it's only other things that interact with asteroid counts. Yeah, those are all putting on the inner side of the belt. And those are on the outer side of the belt. Yeah, so it's going to be this area that's doing it wrong. Because these things, which are the reprocessors, are putting back onto the wrong side of the belt. So we fixed that by doing what? It's kind of funny, like we can't easily fix that. So instead, we move this whole setup to a different part of the ship where we have more space, like right here. And then I don't even know what's the simplest way to do this. This? That, I guess. Way to do it. Just side load onto the correct part of the belt. And then I actually think I want one of these on the other side too. Because this is the reprocessing that makes sure we have. No, I think. Well, we'll see. Why not do another one? That's the better question. Why not? Why not? After all, why shouldn't I? So then we do that. That's right. It is really weird how the undergroundies don't work right in this setting. I don't actually know what the distance is. So anyway, so that'll get me a second reprocessing, and then what I also wanted to do is a second one of these on the other side, because it's such a wide ship. I definitely want this one here, because this is the first... Heck, I could even do another one. I could dump out the front, which is kind of weird, but maybe I should. But basically, if I have too many of a certain type, I want to be able to dump. Dumpage. Maybe I'll just do that here. Or maybe we'll dumpage before the reprocessor. Wait, what am I doing? That's already correct. What am I doing? Alright. Alright. The ideas are solid. There's still some disconnected beltage here that we need to fix. The ammo production is definitely busted. Yeah, that was working nicer the way I had it before, I guess, than what it is now. Though, a world where this is almost elegant. Elegante. Because we can still feed that, and then the ammo... rockets here. And then that gets my ammo belt. That's this belt. Right here. So then we have rockets and bullets. Bada bing, bada boom. And then that goes onto the main ammo belt, which is broken in terms of like the undergrounds and stuff. That should be connected there. I could totally do piercing rounds. I don't think it's more of a necessity question than a practicality question. They're just as practical as anything else. They're a little more expensive, but if with foundries, I feel like I have more than enough. What did I do over here? With foundries, I have more than enough metals, so it's more just a simplicity thing. All right. This is coming together. Still got a long way to go. And a short time to get there. No, we've got all the time. There's plenty of uncommon rocket turrets. What is happening with all these requests? 2.8k space platform. That's ridiculous. So it does seem like we're still getting things delivered. The rare thrusters are going to be a problem. And the rare gun turrets. Let's see. Gun turrets. I guess we need to change this till we get 30 rares. Just let that cook for a while. We probably have all of our rares up on the synthers. How many do you have? We could send them back down if it's a lot. We have 10. Yeah. Send those down. Send down those guys. Is there anything else? Crushers. Anything else we might need to share? That is not cheap or easy to make. I think everything else is fine. Okay. So, oh. It wasn't. Oh, really? You can't take these out now? No. Oh, okay. You can shift click them. Okay. I was like, that would be so dumb if you couldn't remove those. Okay, I need to remember to do that when it heads back to Nauvis the next time. All right. So anyway, for power, I'm gonna change that to not be a stack inserter because I think that was just kind of absurd to have stacked uranium cells. All this setup should still work pretty well. I was pretty happy with that. That's a lot of thruster fuel. It should be enough for all of this, to be honest. And we'll have to connect that. Optimal speed, the least amount of total asteroid damage is done. Do you mean damage to asteroids or asteroids damaging you? Because those are different questions. Oh, I might need more. Do we have enough rares of those, I wonder? Might not have enough. Keep those rarefied. Hey, things are happening. It's starting to. Ooh! We got our first railguns ready to go. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. All right. Let's see. I don't even know. This could be like nowhere near enough railgun coverage, but it seems like a good start. I probably do want. I do want one facing out to cover side threats, because sometimes they're like drifting in a little bit sideways. So I probably want one or two along the side, and I want to factor that in. We'll just do this. Feed that in. And then maybe I'll do a second one over here. It's technically possible that one could come in from that way while we're moving, but it's not very likely. That one, and then let's go across this one. Of course it's in a spot I'm doing something else in, but close enough. All right, so now the sides are covered. All right, let's get the thruster, whatever you call this stuff, the orange juice. I'm gonna have to copy this blueprint to know the underground distance, which is really weird to me. But there's that for the orange juice, and then this is for the, I'm gonna put it there, blue juice. I didn't do that quite right. It works the first time, but then you click it again and it doesn't do that right. It doesn't re-underground the second piece. And then we do... Wait a second, which one is that? That's the orange. That's the OJ. So the OJ just needs to connect to there. Actually, it's fine. Don't forget to heat pipe everything. Yeah, for sure. Alright. That's connected. We still got missile and gun coverage around the edges, which is fine. Oh, you know what we need to do is set the Hug priority. Ignore unlisted targets. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. What do we got? Behemoth biters. Don't believe they exist. Behemoths of unusual size. I don't believe they exist. Alright, let me check on the rare thrusters and power solutions. So... Yeah, that's gonna need to cook a little while longer to get to 10 rare steam turbines. I might even... Is it worth... It might be worth grabbing a bunch of these. And then... to steam turbine. Rare. Here. No, sorry, uncommon. And then we have better chances at rares. Alright, and then the rare heat exchangers, we only needed 5, right? Yes. It is true, the diagonal railguns do make it pretty easy to load ammo into. Okay. We're getting there, even with the absurd amount of platform that we've got going on here. I could, like, delete all that platform if I redid... Because undergrounds can go over a gap, right? Or can they not? I guess I don't know. Did they make that possible or impossible? Ah, they can't. Okay, never mind that. Otherwise, we could have taken out a huge chunk here. To save on platform cost. Let's be honest, we're not going efficient for platform cost. I think I've already mentioned this, but just in case you guys don't know, the weight of your platform is almost irrelevant. That's not literally true, but it's effective. In most cases, most people will be best off if they do not even consider weight to matter. The reason is there's a flat overhead of 10,000 tons that's being added onto this number for the calculation. So having the weight be 1,000 tons versus 2,000 tons, that's kind of the same thing. Like 2,000 tons will be a little bit slower, but it's like barely. So it's really not going to matter too much. You don't need to be sitting here like, ooh, I could remove these tiles. That will save me some weight and make me go faster. Again, that is technically true, like min-maxing wise, but it's not gonna be worth it in most cases. We're gonna set our base velocity to 20. Just take it real slow. No, I should actually probably have that be like 100 or something to start, because we're gonna start by going between planets to get everything spun up. But yeah, at this point, we're still waiting on platform. I mean, if anything, I should remove some platform just to make it build faster. But then it won't be symmetrical, so let's not do that. Can you write 0.1k for 100? Yes. Yes. Yeah, the width is the primary thing that matters. And even thrusters like have very serious diminishing returns. So like doubling your thrusters doesn't double your speed. I think? Wait, now I can't remember. I thought that was true. Oh my gosh. Alright, how are we doing on uncommon rocket turrets now? I've only got 28. Dear goodness, it's gonna take 5 ever. But I guess we could upgrade some. At least we are getting attacked from the same direction pretty often. Wait, what am I doing? Common to uncommon. Upgrade those 9. Upgrade 4 right there. I think this spot was getting attacked. Upgrade 4 right there. It'll slightly help. Lasers aren't improving your defense. Yeah, they are. Maybe not by a lot, but it's just actually inaccurate to say they're not. Those extra 5 lasers might deal just enough damage to reduce the number of rockets that needs to hit a pentapod by 1 rocket, and then at that point, you know, it might die before it gets 1 more stomp off. You know, it all adds up. It all adds up. Okay, I am gonna do the thruster thing for these. I don't think that's a perspective. That's just reality. The more damage you throw at something, the faster it will die. That is an accurate statement. I don't think, like, it is fair to ask, like, is it actually going to matter? Especially because rocket turrets are dealing the damage. In this case, there is a mathematical amount of lasers that won't matter because it won't reduce the health by 1 rocket worth, and rockets are the main things killing them. So, like, that's a very reasonable question to ask, is do you have enough lasers where it does 1 rocket's worth of damage? And I don't know exactly where that is, so it is technically possible that I didn't add enough for it to matter. But if I added even more and more and more, eventually it is going to matter. It's not up for debate. Damage equals kills eventually, and they don't have laser immunity. Like, I'm wondering if... Like, I've actually wondered if I just made a wall of lasers, like we're talking, you know, like a wall, like 4 or 5 thick, like that. Like, would that just take out pentapods already, you know? Because we're talking an absurd amount of damage that would come from that. That might actually be more effective than rocket turrets even. Yeah, there is the overkill problem. That is true. Like, once enough rockets are on the way, the lasers will stop shooting, I think. I know other rockets will stop shooting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what all the best answers are to that. I think the best answer is the lightning turrets that I've been too lazy to build. That's the real best answer. I have 7 rare heat exchangers. I only needed 5. And that's already all done. Okay, how many did I end up with? I have only 4. Sad. Improve those a little bit. Ooh, this is maybe a good time for my legendaries, actually. Get a little bit of extra quality. Let me go grab the rest of my legendaries. When do behemoths showing up? Start showing up? They already are. Oh, do you mean on Gleba? Gleba doesn't have behemoths. Gleba has larges as the biggest. But those are showing up at some level of pollution. I don't remember. So, yeah, the optimal thing would be the lightning turrets. Okay, there we go. 24.8% chance, which means the chance to get a rare is flat out 2.5% or something. 2.4%. There's a mod that adds behemoth enemies to Gleba. That does sound a bit scary. That sounds a bit scary. It's gonna take a while. Okay, so I think we're probably wrapping up this episode. We've got this stuff running. We need power, but we're not quite there. We need the heat exchangers. I'm gonna need to do some of the manual requesting, like the heat exchanger. I only want 5 rares, which is a minimum payload issue. And gun turrets are gonna be the same thing. Minimum payload 30. And then the rest of it seems to be space platform related. And prod 3s. Are we still making prod 3s pretty effectively? This one's not running? Oh! Oh, we've got a prod 2 issue? Oh, we've got a blue circuit issue? Alright, alright, alright. Because we don't have enough greens. Am I missing something here? Oh, the splitter. Be priority right. No, because then it won't feed stuff to the left. I need to do this. Because we have enough green circuits on the other lane, so we don't want to steal from that lane. But the red circuits we do need from that lane. We'll do it this way instead. I guess we just don't have enough green circuits on one entire belt. So never mind. I'll just let that go half and half and hope for the best. That's so crazy. I wonder how many green circuits we're consuming. Whoa! 10,000 a minute! Nice! That's a big number. What's crazy is it's not even that big of a number. Like, Space Age just makes numbers huge. Am I gonna do nuclear fuel reprocessing on the ship? Maybe. Maybe. It depends. Given how long 50 fuel cells lasts, it's kind of hard to argue that I should do such a thing. What I might do is get a few more free blue chips. I'm also spending a decent amount of blue chips right now on just straight up rockets. Oh, you know what? That's where most of them go, is just to buildings building. Is that right? No, none of these require blue chips. The thrusters require a few, I guess, but that's pretty slow. Who really knows where they're going? I don't know why I clicked on it. We want the Ascension. Same letter, I guess. Okay, so turrets. Those on the way? I swear I saw available on planet was a lot more than 0 a second ago. Being sent? I swear there were rare turrets. Am I making this up? They already... No, definitely haven't gotten any yet. What is going on with the turret situation? Shoo. They're going somewhere. Because this only has uncommons in it. There would be at least a rare or two. But where have they ended up? They're not in the network. Did we send 30? What if we had sent 30? They would be in the ship. Maybe because of that restriction that I just cleared, I never actually made any gun turrets. Ah, that's what it was. Yeah, okay. That restriction I just had that I cleared on this one was that uncommons are less than 100, and I think I was basically at 100 already. So I just didn't actually make any. So we're still very far away from making that many rares. Fun. Oh my gosh, this is making the gears for it? Hold on. We can feed the gears from there. That will be a bit better. And then we can make this an epic. And then maybe we can do some legendaries. How many more do I have? I do have 4 more. Perfect. Alright, we'll use those for the time being. What can you do to prepare for behemoths? On Nauvis, it's really just laser turrets work fine. I mean, granted, they're not perfect, but I have a literally 100% laser defense, and I've been fine. They do get damaged. Flamethrowers certainly are more efficient. It's certainly more efficient to mix flamethrowers and lasers and dragon's teeth. But if your goal is just good enough, then laser turrets are it. Obviously, you need to make sure your power doesn't go out. But, yeah. Alright, what's the problem here? You've got... no problems there, actually. Oh, okay. We did it! Hey! Alright, that's a perfect place to call this an episode. We will resume in the next episode, finishing up our SS Ascension, which is meant to get to the solar system edge. And yeah, as always, for those of you from future YouTube, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next episode. Well, things are coming together pretty nicely. Those rare turrets are going to take a minute, and it looks like we're lacking the epic prod 3s. Yes, Fitblit, we can make a nice little park. We could let biters roam around, you know. Let some biter eggs spoil in the park. Give them a home. Yeah, okay, so we're still waiting on prod 3s. Yeah, we're eating all of... Whoa, I have 23 legendary speeds. Nice. I should probably send some of those up. That's a good amount. How many legendary prods do I have? Ooh, 18? Ooh, that is... No! That is enough to... I mean, this one's always running, so that's going to make a pretty big difference if these are legendaries. An extra 30% more. Again, for free. Go. Now we're at 215%. That's a lot of blue chips. That is a lot of blue chips. So I mean, the cost for a single one is only, you know, 6 electronic circuits instead of 20. It's crazy. Sacre bleu. All right, and then this is still running. So we get to 10 rare turbines. I think I have like an extra 1 or 2 in the... Yeah, I've got an extra 1 in the network somewhere. I need 4 more rares. Sacre blue chip. Exactly. Okay, 4 more rares there. The thrusters... I don't know what's... Have I just been that unlucky? Or what's going on here? Why are there no rares? I have 2 rares. Maybe I should just use uncommons. I have 29 of them. The only thing a rare is not any more efficient. It's just more space efficient. But I haven't even covered anywhere near the back of my platform with thrusters. So there's not too much of a point to using rares. Because I could just add more uncommons and accomplish the same effect. But I like them being rare. So there is that to think about. Another thing to do, yeah, is make sure the belt's not broken in multiple places because of all the changes I made. Okay, we seem good. It consumes more fuel. Well, if my thruster fuel is constant, like and it's less than what these can spend, let's say I only had 500 total fuel for all the engines together, then rares are going to be more efficient because they're at a lower percentage of their total thruster curve. The out of sync green belts? Oh, you mean like the little arrows not being in the same spot? Next to each other? Huh. Wonder if there's a way to fix that. I don't think there is. I'd assume it's not by well, actually, maybe it is. Because if you were to build two different belts in two different places, but then you connect them, it just #works. So each tile must have a predetermined, like, cycle that it's on, and they just happen to all line up when you place them. Yeah. Hey, Mike. You were watching the older YouTube vids and had a laugh seeing the patch notes. Yes. I haven't tried the new night vision yet. I need to. I hope it's livable for me. The old one was unlivable. The new one might be livable. I'll have to try it out. I meant to do that, actually. Let's, make... I would prefer that night vision is good, and I like it. So we'll see how it feels. Is it night right now? How do I even know? No, it's currently day. Okay. We'll give it a minute. Is there anything else I need to research? Probably... Well, because shooting speed is already so borked, I'll just do a couple more damages. Thank you for the follow, Big Bird. Can't believe the mech suit doesn't have a clock. You know, that is a good point. That is a good flippin' point. Oh, I keep forgetting. The Synthus... Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to send down the 10 rare turrets. And do I have other rare things I could send down? Let's get some uncommon rocket turrets going here. But we have bots, we have repair packs, it should be fine. Even if I have to build a couple turrets every time we get attacked. Alright, Mike, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, what was I doing? We want the rare turrets. We need power. Hey, those are all built. Sweet. Okay. So we need to request fuel cell. Might as well have 500. It'll last forever. Oh yeah, and nighttime. That's the other thing we're waiting for. It's probably nighttime by now, right? No? No? 500 fuel cells is 250 each times 200 seconds. That's 500 00 seconds. That's 50,000 seconds, which is like 15 hours of constant runtime. Yeah, that's fine. Not even accounting for power loss, or not power loss. Not accounting for the fact that they might turn off for a minute because we have enough power. Is fusion better than fission? Yes, I think so. It's just I already had the blueprint, so I just figured we'd stick with it. But yeah, I could put fusion up there, and that would be better. Because this right here is all we need for a 400 megawatt setup, whereas this is arguably bigger, and this is at best a 80 megawatt setup. So I guess this is maybe a little smaller, but it's only 80 megawatts. No, sorry. Yes, it is only 80 megawatts. These make more than 80, which means they'll only run half time. So 30 hours is how much power we'll get out of this. I don't think there's any issues with fusion on space platforms. It's possible that I'm unaware of something as well. Now, I guess the question... Energy per shot is 10 megajoules. So the power that I have... Maybe I do want to put fusion up here. Because the question is like... On average, how many railgun shots is my platform going to need per second? Because if I've only got 80 megawatts, then I can only do 8 shots per second total. That sounds like a lot, but we might need more power then. We might need more power. I might need to put fusion up here. No, bots cannot be used on ships. Ah, wrong way. I mean, it would be pretty easy to do this, and then I have like infinite power. We'll try it this way first. We'll see what happens. I've also got 10 more rares, and still only 2 heat exchangers. Oh, it's got an epic that it can't do. That's why. Let's put these. Why don't we... I'm a little skeptical of 80, but I'm not quite as skeptical of... What is this? That's pointless. I'm not quite as skeptical... And what is... Oh, that's water. That needs to be attached. Let me try it one more time. I'm not quite as skeptical of 160. So I think 160 might be okay. I don't know what I can do to make this any better. Really? We're out of uncommons? What are you doing over here? I guess it does only have a 10% chance. Okay. So I can chill on this one now. knock that back down. We're gonna close that off. And now that just needs to get to 5 rares and we'll be good to go. And then... I disagree. It's not a problem that they're attacking. One solution to pentapods is to make it such that they'll never attack. The other solution is to resist the attacks. Those are both valid solutions to pentapods. I prefer when enemies attack. Like if I have enemies on, I don't like the solution being, oh, just kill everything that's within your pollution cloud, and then you don't get attacked ever. Well, it's like, well, then what's the point of having them? I do like using artillery to keep your pollution cloud clear, because then it's like you're actually killing, you know, but like your earlier idea of like, well, just landfill everything within your cloud, it's like, okay, well, that, I don't know, that's not fun for me. It works, you're right, it's an elegant solution in some ways, but I don't actually like it as a preference. I think if I have enemies, I want to be shooting them. I think it's fun to watch, you know, biters slam up against waves of flamethrowers or walls of lasers. So I actually quite enjoy the attack mechanic that enemies have. What I don't love is that having as many rocket turrets as I have on Gleba still isn't killing pentapods. Not because they don't deal enough damage, but just because the acquisition and turn rate is so slow. But that just requires higher quality rocket turrets, I guess. That's all there is to that. I still, someday, haven't... Every time I think about dropping the rare turrets that this already has, it's when it's, like, as far as possible away from Novice. What am I doing? This guy. Do we have the cells yet? I guess they're slowly coming. On the way 40. Why are 40 on the way? 40. Huh. Did I remove the logistics from the SS Ascension? I don't know what you mean by remove the logistics. My progress on Aquilo Car Crab is that I kind of finished it. We've got the science being produced, we've got railguns being produced, we've got fusion power being produced, and automated loading onto the Synthus. So there's our nice little Aquilo base. We did, yeah. Dave redeemed a name and game redemption for that. Yes, we have the help sign, which is hilarious. Wait, how did we end up with 7? I guess maybe when it requested however many we had, which was 7. Yeah, because that wasn't 5. So now we need to change it to 3 and 3 for that bad boy. I may just settle for uncommon thrusters. I'd say screw it. I'm imagining we're going to be going at a very small fraction of what these can consume anyway. So. Wow, this is really not happening, is it? I guess we're only making one turret every less than 10, no, exactly one every 10 seconds. So it's only one uncommon per 100 seconds. Maybe I need another one. Just speed beacon it. I thought about it, Don't you worry. It occurred to my brain, and for once I thought better. I thought about it. Oh man, my default. Alright, what have I done wrong here? I guess it's just all the rockets are... Actually, what is happening with rockets? Are we just out of... Oh, I missed something somewhere along the line. I thought rocket capacity was 50. That's why 40 were on the way, is because that's 4 rockets. Completely filled. Oh my goodness. No wonder these requests have always historically taken forever. I thought it was 50 a rocket. Like, and no, I didn't look at the stack size and just think it was the stack size. I legitimately thought I had looked at both, and the stack and rocket capacity were both 50. I don't know when that happened, but it was a while ago. It was before we designed the one that went to Aquilo too, and I remember thinking, wow, it's always taking forever on the uranium fuel cell requests. That's funny. Yeah, Matt, the vertical scalability is pretty nuts between all the different things that can be upgraded. The 238, I believe the most efficient way is to just transport up the 235. Because you can get 20 per, and you only need, you know, 1 of these per 10 cells, but you need 19 of these, so that's 20 for 10. I guess with productivity, it's still best to transport up the rocks separately. Yeah, I think rocks is best. Yeah. Though they're similar, if you're ignoring productivity. And the nuclear fuel is also 10. Not that you'd ever... I mean, maybe you would. Take some with you for trains or something. But, okay, so this is set up. Perfect. I guess... not quite perfect. Some heat pipes there. And then... thruster fuel is all connected. We're still waiting on those epic prod 3s. How close are we to that? It seems like we're further than we were before. But how? I haven't put these in anything, have I? I probably have some in my own inventory that maybe I can turn off for a minute. And then that way the space platform can have them. Yeah, I'm fairly slim on silos, but at the same time... I feel like 4 is just enough that it's... fast enough, but I wouldn't call it fast. Really, the only reason I had 4 is because we wouldn't have been able to supply the resources for that many a while back. But now that we have more rocket part productivity, and we've got the foundries and the EMPs, I think we probably could support more than 4. Alright, there we go. So that's done. Oh, we still need more, though. See, that's no longer needed. Bump that down to 200. That's no longer needed. In fact, I have too many. It's always good to have some extra thrusters. Okay, so now we're just missing the gun turrets and some more epic 3s. And unfortunately, we won't be able to do it today. I'm gonna have to stop streaming soon. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like, though, the next episode, I want to be the one where we go. Requests are additive. Do I have requests twice for thrusters? No. There was no double. And the ones that were... It's just that once we built the 10, the request for 10 was still there. So then it just requested more. So it sent them up twice. At least I think that's what happened. So other than the rare turrets, I think we're pretty good. I might send up... I might actually do is just request legendaries. I only have 8. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just do rares then. I only have 4? Man. It's because the Synthus has stolen them all. Let's send them back down to the planet along with those turrets. Where are you? Turrets. How do you get your hotbars to show 4 rows? That is just a setting in the game settings. What is it? Interface. Right here, active quick bars. So it's just in the interface settings, that's all. Nothing too fancy there. Ooh, we got a legendary thruster. Dun, da, da, da. Okay, how close are we on the gun turret thing? We still only have 16. All right, we need to pick up the pace of this. We'll do that. And then I am going to set up turret. You call your cat a normal quality cat. You and you. Wire, read ingredients. Ingredients, requests. Quality, epic. Alright, so that should allow for a few upgrades as well. All cats are legendary. Aw, cute. I don't know if I agree, but it is cute. I have met some decidedly non-legendary cats. Alright, so we'll recycle the uncommons too, since our goal is rares, and that should get me a lot of uncommon and rare parts to make some more turrets. What's funny is I actually shouldn't put quality in this. That's going to turn some of them into epics that I don't want, which sounds really wrong, but I actually... That's really the only thing I care about right now. Stupid pentapods. Ugh, I really... You know what? We're gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna craft the thing that is required for the thing, and then we're gonna make the thing. So the thing that's required for the thing is not made in that building. It's made in the other building. Where's my blueprint for it? Ah! Blueprint library. Where's... Uh-oh, what have I done? Ah, there. Space age. Where did I put that stupid blueprint? Did I delete it? Is it gone? I think it might be gone. I must have deleted it somewhere along the line. Whatever. That big of a deal. Alright, you're gonna make Tesla guns. Oh, I need electrolytes for this nonsense. Ah. Boulder Dash. I guess we will make this over here then. Alright, what do these stack to? Guns stack to 5. And we need how many per thing? We need 1 per turret. Alright, so that should work. And then you're gonna also... Yeah. It's not running anymore. Are we out of refined concrete? No, that's fine. Alright, we're good. Mistakes were made, that's why I wasn't getting any. Exceptions prove the rule. Wait, what did I say? What is that responding to? That's right. Oh, wait, what am I doing? This one needs the stuff too. No! Oh my goodness. What have I done? What have I done? Alright, that goes there. Lightning rod. Power. We don't have that quality of substation. Alright. There we go. Alright, there's Tesla. Oh, the all cats are living. Exceptions prove the rule? Is that? Yeah, I'm dumb. I don't get it. I'm not brainolating today enough to understand what you're saying. Alright, Hendrickson, request. Tesla, turret. Stack 10, rocket 10. 20. And then... Novice, quest. Okay, that one actually we are using the same group, so that's already requested. And then that means the Gleba is the Derpamoo, so the Derpamoo is going to request just its own thing. Tesla turrets from Novice, 20. And then Gleba request Tesla turrets. I think 40 should do the trick over time. Oh, ugh. Okay. Well, I believe we are doing pretty well. And soon enough, we shall be flying through space into a wall of asteroids that will probably make me turn around and rethink my design. And I'm kind of excited for that. We are also out of science. Which science are we out of? We are out of agricultural. That's what I kind of assumed was going to be the problem. Ah, I see. It's the different meaning of the word prove. So it's really more like exceptions make the rule prove themselves, rather than exceptions prove that it is true. Gleba production revamp. No. Gleba already got its second glory day in the hot sun. It doesn't need a third. It got to have its power outage already. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Turrets. I'm up to 24. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost there. Almost there. And I think what I actually want is to request more than 30. I actually kind of want 40, so we have some extras. Alright, let's get... I know we're waiting for gun turrets. That's actually kind of important. We can't run this thing without gun turrets. But let's at least get some power on here. So let's do some solar panel. Do we have rares? Seem to have no rare solar panels. Okay. We do have uncommon, so we'll do that. Though it's... They're not on the way? Oh, probably because we're sending rockets to a ship that just got here. Yeah. Tungsten. Did Gleba break down again? What? No. No. Gleba's fine. Don't scare me like that. Gleba's fine. Gleba happy. Gleba fine. Gleba is love. Gleba is life. Alright, we got... You know, someday I'll have enough rare turrets to start doing something with them, but that's not anytime soon. But yeah, so the Ascension... Okay, there we go. Bring the solar panels. And then we'll build those, and that should be good enough to get the nuclear power going. I wonder where did the little pods come in from that land into the cargo? Do they come from the side or the top? Oh, they phase into existence a little bit above them. Okay, that's the answer. Alright, so now I can cancel this request. Go ahead and just place down the solar. Okay. And, okay, the railguns had to charge for a moment, but they seem to be happy now with that. And now things are running. And now the nuclear's running. Perfect. Okay, this seems like the perfect place to call it a stream. The gun turrets are just about there. We've got 25 available, so we only need 15 more. Maybe they're not quite there. But they'll get there. I do want rares. That is important. I think the extra range is a pretty huge deal for the gun turrets, because they're the shortest range things already. So like this one down here would basically be useless if it wasn't a rare. It's already kind of useless, but it can shoot asteroids here and here that are about to hit. But like this one can get in front of the railguns, whereas, you know, a regular wouldn't even get that far. We can prove it. There's a regular. There's a rare. A legendary would be great, but that's a lot of work. Yeah, I guess this is doing the best it can, and then these are also doing the best they can. So, anywho, I think we'll call it a stream here. And yeah, we'll be streaming some more tomorrow, and we shall go toward... We might win. It's possible that tomorrow's stream is victory. That's crazy. It might be harder than I think, and we won't get there in one stream, but it's plausible, at least, that tomorrow's stream is the victory day. And then on the list after victory is artillery. I'm still planning on doing that. I want to bombard the biters. If that's the last thing I do, I will at least bombard the biters. So, anyway. Good day to you, Wascally. As always, thanks for hanging out. Toritterall, it's great having you. No, don't worry about it, man. So with backseating, the only time I get bothered too much is when people are spoiling things I wish I didn't know. I don't mind too much if people are making more recommendations than I need, because I'll just ignore the recommendations. So like that sort of thing I don't mind quite as much. It can get a little annoying if like people keep doing it over and over again, but you were fine. It's really the spoilers that can be frustrating when it's like, oh, if you do blank, then you'll run into this problem. And it's like, well, now you've spoiled that surprise that I would run into that problem. And yes, tomorrow was a question mark for streaming, but it is now no longer a question mark. So I should probably change that on Discord, because yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow. Unless something comes up that I don't know about, which is always technically possible, but I think tomorrow's free. So, plan to stream tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for hanging out, as usual.